Hello, I'm Matt Ian Kelly from the 40-something Gay podcast, and a happy Pride to Mama G and everybody watching. Now, I popped in today just to tell you a little bit about a language or code called Polari. Now, Polari was a language or code used by LGBTQ plus people back in a time when it was even more difficult to be part of our community. So people had to find ways to talk to each other. So they used this language or code as a way to secretly pass messages to each other and tell each other how much they loved each other. So it was a lot of fun as well. And it has a history that's based in lots of other languages. So bits of Italian, bits of Yiddish, and also a lot of rhyming slang. So it's a lot of fun. And you'll still hear the language or code used in places up until this day. So here we are today, and I'm going to give you a little excerpt from the fairy tale Rapunzel. Now, Mama G is going to put some subtitles down here, so for the words that you're not sure of, you can understand, but try and guess. Try and guess in the meantime. See if you can fill in what those words mean, if you can work them out. And then you can use them yourself, because they're quite fun to use. Alright, so here goes with an excerpt from Rapunzel. Once upon a time, there was a fortuny Polone called Rapunzel, who lived with her Mashigner aunt. Rapunzel's aunt was jealous that Rapunzel was so dolly, and had locked Rapunzel up in a tower, so that no one could varder her with their ogles. Every day, Rapunzel's aunt would go to the market to spend her metzers, leaving Rapunzel all on her Tod, to cook and to clean, before the aunt would return to her flowery every evening. The tower had no door, so Rapunzel's aunt would shout, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your raya." Rapunzel would then throw down her long raya, and Rapunzel's aunt would climb up her raya to get into the tower. Rapunzel was very lonely living in the tower, and wished she had some friends. One day, Rapunzel's aunt was at the market, and a young, boner-looking prince was mincing past the tower and heard Rapunzel singing. Hearing the fortuny voice, the prince decided to find out who was singing. The prince Aunt Nellied and followed Rapunzel singing until he arrived at the tower. But, as there wasn't a door, he couldn't reach Rapunzel. Every day the prince would mince to the tower and Aunt Nell to Rapunzel's singing. One day the prince saw Rapunzel's aunt return and shout, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your raya." The prince vardered as Rapunzel threw down her long raya, and the aunt climbed up. The next day the prince returned to the tower, and he shouted, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your raya." And once again Rapunzel threw down her long, beautiful raya. Happy Pride.